Welcome back to another video, and today I have got 5 fragrances that I blind bought so you don't have to. So I think blind buying fragrances for me is probably one of the worst things you can do unless you know that it's definitely going to be a good scent. Because if you don't know what it's going to smell like, then what's the point in wasting your money, because you might not like it at all. So today I'm talking about 5 fragrances that I blind bought, just so then you guys don't have to and you can have my opinion on them. So the first fragrance I'm going to be talking about is JPG's Ultra Male. I blind bought this one thinking it was going to be discontinued. It cost me I think £60 ish, and I thought I'd like it because I like the rest of the JPGs that I own, and I like the JPGs that I don't own that I've smelt in shops. And I just don't like this, I'll be honest. To me, this is the closest one out of them all to Le Male EDT, which is the original one. And for me, this one, it just smells like a granddad. It's a little bit barbershop-y. It's a little bit too powdery for me. A lot of people say this is like a 20-year-old's clubbing night out scent. But for me, this is something that my dad would wear. I just wouldn't recommend blind buying this one at all. I'd definitely try and smell this one before you make any sort of purchase or anything to do with this fragrance. It is really fruity. It's also really powdery, and it reminds me a little bit of a barbershop still. So yeah, that one's just not for me. Moving on, I'm sure a lot of people have already seen this one, Lattafa Camera Kawa. So this one, it's that original Lattafa Camera DNA, but you add a coffee note, so it makes it a little bit more masculine. I'm not a big fan of the original camera because I think it's a little bit too feminine, but this one just makes it absolutely perfect and just levels everything out. This is one of my go-tos for when I'm at school or for when I'm just running out for something quick. But yeah, this one's an amazing sweet vanilla coffee scent, and it's really budget friendly because I picked this one up for I think £6 off TikTok Shop, but usually it's around that £20 mark, which when you're talking for a fragrance isn't bad at all. But yeah, as I was saying, it's an amazing winter coffee scent, especially for the price that it is. And I think I've said before that this is better than some designers in my collection, and it just takes the original camera, and to me this one is a lot more mass appealing. So the coffee note is actually really prominent off the first spray, but the longer you have it on and the more it dries down, I think it becomes less noticeable, but it is still there. If you are going to get a Lattafa camera, I would 100% recommend getting this one over the other two. For me, the original camera is just too feminine, and then Camera Ducan, I haven't smelt that one, so I can't give my opinion. But I have heard it's like the original, just a little bit more smoky and woody. But for me, I would just recommend this one. Just get this one if you're going to get a Lattafa camera. Next is Valentino's Purple Melancholia. So for me, this is a really good fragrance, but if you're on TikTok, then you know that a lot of people don't think that. It's really bright citrus with like a creamy coconut in it. It's that bergamot coconut crossover, and it is really good. And it's not like your usual summer designer fragrance, because this one is severely underrated. A lot of people on TikTok are saying that this one's a miss. Even a few people are saying that the women's one is better. But for me, this is a perfectly fine fragrance, 10 out of 10. And it is even in the top 3 in my entire collection. And if you're looking for a coconut fragrance for this summer, then this is definitely one of the better options in my opinion. And you can pick this one up for around £100. Unless you're a member at the fragrance shop, you can get this for I think £78. And to be honest, this is probably in the top 3 Valentinos as well. And Valentino is my favourite designer house. This one's got a lot of mixed opinions, but for me, this is a 10 out of 10. Valentino genuinely don't miss. The only miss they have is Yellow Dream, but that's only about performance, nothing about the smell. But yeah, for me, 10 out of 10 fragrance. I would 100% recommend you try this one. But just keep in mind that it's not for everyone, so you might not like it. Moving on is Power of You by Armani. So this one, it's a women's fragrance, but it's that nice passion fruit and vanilla scent. And I believe if you don't mind unisex fragrances and you are a man that is looking for a tropical scent, then you could probably pull this one off, to be honest. That's the reason why I bought it. Straight away though, on first sniff and on first spray, it is really heavy in that passion fruit note. A lot of the creators on TikTok as well have also been picking this one up, such as like FB and Chubby Minion. I smelt this in Boots a couple months back now, I think, when it first came out in Meadowhall, and ever since then I was like, I don't care if it's women's or not, I just want it. And when I went to Leeds, I believe last week, I was on the way back, and while I was in town, I just decided to pick it up from Superdrug because this is a 50ml bottle and I got it for £50 when it should have been 79. But yeah, I got a great deal on it, so I thought, why not? Picked it up and I don't regret it. I haven't worn this one yet though. I mean, it's been sprayed quite a bit, but that's for my girlfriend, not me. But I haven't worn this one yet because I think this is probably for like a really hot summer's day, because that passion fruit is extremely strong. but it is really amazing. It's just a really tropical, fruity fragrance, and then it dries down into a nice, smooth, tropical vanilla. It's just a really good scent, to be fair. So I would actually recommend trying this one as well. But this one isn't going to be for everyone because it is a really feminine fragrance. And then sticking with Emporio Armani, and it is another new release from this year. It is Strong With You Powerfully. So this one for me, it is really good, but it kind of disappointed me. Because when they were first advertising this, they said it was going to be like the classic Strong With You, but with a cherry note in it. Now, it still has that Strong With You DNA. You can kind of smell the cherry, but it's not as strong as people thought it would be, especially as cherry's in the top notes. But for me, I just can't smell it. It's just that classic Strong With You vanilla sweetness with the chestnut in there. The only thing I wish they did better with this was adding a little bit more cherry, because I was excited for the cherry note in there. But overall, it's still a great fragrance. I mean, yeah, I would still recommend it. It's just, don't get your hopes up for the cherry in it. Another one I would 100% recommend trying. Let me know in the comments which is your favourite out of these fragrances. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.